Good morning, my dear students. Myself Navneet Kaur, and I'm going to teach you English language to you, both in 5th and 6th standard. So today let's start with the new chapter of your second semester, and the name of chapter is punctuations. You can see I have written the class for you. For class 6 it is a 20 chapter, and for class 5th it is a chapter number 28. So let us start with the punctuations. First of all, I am going to explain you the meaning of punctuation. What is punctuations? So let us read the definition. Punctuation means the right use of points, marks or the stops in writing in order to convey the message with more clarity and with more sensefulness, so that a reader or a listener understand your message properly. So once again I am going to explain you. Punctuation means marks, points or stops used in writing in order to convey our message with more clarity and sensefulness. Clear to all of you? So in our English there are so many type of punctuation marks. There I have write for you on the chart, like 8 total punctuation marks are there. Okay, first one is full stop. First one is full stop, and the symbol of full stop is dot. You can put it after or at the end of sentence. There are 3 or 4 type of positions or the places where you put full stop. First one is full stop is used to mark the end of assertive or imperative sentences. You write about the sentences, type of sentences. So when there is an assertive or imperative sentence, you put full stop at the end of it. Secondly, you put full stop in abbreviations. For example, MP, Member of Parliament, M capital dot P. You can put full stop between capital M and capital P. And next one is, second one is comma. So comma is used to separate the word list. For example, you are just went for shopping and someone asked from you, what did you buy from the market? You can you just told to that person that I will chocolate, candies and fruit, so many things. And how you explain to them? You can repeatedly speak the things. No, in writing you can put comma, chocolate, comma, candy, comma, fruit. So you can separate the things in the list. Next, to separate phrases also, comma is used to separate phrases and clauses also, and to introduce the direct quote. For example, someone's direct words when you want to say, you can also use comma there. For example, I said that Rita said, welcome to my party. Exact word of Rita is welcome to the party. So for the exact quotation or for the exact word you can use comma. And the next one is to give extra information about the subject. When you want to give an extra information on any subject, then you also use comma. Okay, and the next one is, third one is semicolon. Semicolon. In semicolon the symbol is at the above there was a dot and then downwards a comma. This is the symbol of semicolon. Semicolon marks the pause of greater importance, when we have to mark the point where the importance is there. Some important thing you want to say or you want to start, there you can put semicolon. It is used to separate the clauses of compound sentences and when they contain a comma also. For example, she was honest, comma, punctual and industrious, semicolon. Again you can say, still in spite of this I never liked her. Means so many sentences are there. It's a compound sentence, so you can use a semicolon in the compound sentences. Next one is colon. And what is the symbol of colon? 2 dots. Colon is used to represent a pause still longer than expressed by the semicolon. Used in the same conditions where the semicolon is used, but here in colon the pause is still longer. You can pause for some little more time as compared to semicolon. For example, Othello, King Lear, like this I take a pause. Othello, King Lear, Hamlet and Macbeth. Means these are the four Shakespeare's famous works. Did you read Shakespeare's four great tragedies? For example, I said that Shakespeare's four great tragedies, and when I speak about the tragedies, I just said Othello, King Lear. Pause is there when I speak the name. Clear? And the next one is question mark. All of you are, I think, too much aware with this question mark, na? So question mark is used when we used? Yes, when we ask questions. Very good. For example, have you done your work? For example, I am asking from you. I am really asking from you. Did you do your work daily? Did you watch your videos daily? Okay, very good. Then next one is exclamation mark. Next one is exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is used when your things are in interjection exclamatory. Means when feelings, some expressions are there in your sentences. Some sentences include emotions, like for example you can, alas I lost my job. For example, she's very sad. Or alas our neighbor is died, for example. Means some emotions are there, he's feels sorrow inside. So interjection sentence. So you can use exclamation mark. What is the symbol of exclamation mark? There was a line, then dot. Exclamation line, then dot. So exclamation marks are used after interjections, exclamatory phrases and exclamatory sentences. Next one is inverted commas. Apostrophe. Inverted commas are used to enclose the exact words of speaker, and apostrophe is used to show the possession. For example, I said that this is my book. This book belongs to me. I said possession is there, that it is mine. So the woman's cloth, for example, woman's cloth means cloth belongs to that particular woman. So when we show possession, we use apostrophes. Apostrophe means comma at the above. Next one is quotation marks. Quotation marks are same like inverted commas. You can call quotation marks and inverted commas together. Inverted commas are used to enclose the exact words, and as I already explained to you before. For example, Mona said don't worry. The exact words of Mona are don't worry. So some other are there, dashes, hyphen, parenthesis. Dashes are used to mark a sudden change of thought. When you change your thought from one to another, then you can use a dash. For example, there are many flowers in the garden, roses, lilies, dahlias, tulips. And hyphen is used for short line then the dash. When you can use the short line then dash, you can use hyphen. And at last, parentheses. Parentheses are used to separate from main part of sentence a word, a phrase or clause that does not grammatically belong to that particular sentence. For example, she will come to you on 14th Sunday of this month. So this is all. And capital letters is also the part of punctuation. You can use capital letter at the beginning of sentence. Secondly, to begin each fresh line of the poem, when you are going to write the poetry, each fresh line of the poem start with the capital letter. Thirdly, capital letter is used to begin all proper nouns and adjectives from the sentence. Adjectives are formed from those proper nouns, then you can start the sentence with capital letter. Fourthly, you can use capital letters for nouns and pronouns referring to God. For example, the Almighty, the Lord. Here you can use capital letter. And also write the pronoun I and the interjection O when asked, for example, oh, what a pleasure. There you can use capital letter in interjections and in pronouns. And lastly, for degrees and titles. MBBS is a degree and sir and madam both are titles given to humans. So you can use capital letter in titles and in abbreviations also. So my dear students, this is all in your punctuation chapter. Read it carefully and do your exercises. I am going to explain your exercises like one sentence from each exercise so you can do it yourself easily. So for class 6 you can come on page number 124. Second part, punctuate the lines. Here you can punctuate the lines. You can put punctuation marks where they are needed. For example, first sentence, it's a sin to waste food, said mother. There you can put inverted commas at the starting at the food word and a single comma before the said word. So others 9 sentences you can do it yourself. C part is also like this. You can use full stops and capital letters. In part D, you can put inverted commas at the correct place in the following sentences. Inverted commas on the correct place. Read the statement first and then do the exercise carefully. So E part is also very easy. It's a Bumpy the Bear story type and punctuate the whole story. F part, the following sentences have one punctuation capital letter error. Error is there in the sentence. You can correct the error and rewrite it again. And for 5th class students, open page number 128 and there was an exercise. Part 1 is very easy. Symbols are there for you. You can write only the name of symbols. In part B, put appropriate mark of punctuations there at the end of sentence. And in C part, rewrite the following sentences by putting commas at the appropriate place. D part is also very easy. Rewrite the following sentences using apostrophe. You know, I already dictated to you where you use apostrophe. For example, add 4 6s and 8 9s. Here you can put apostrophe after 6 and between 6 and S and between 9 and S. And other E part, rewrite the following sentences by putting colon at the appropriate places. Same like that, last part F, punctuate the following pair of sentences. So, very easy chapter of your syllabus for both 5th and 6th class kids. So, do it carefully. Thank you.